Well, hello, everybody. Daniel here, and I want to get real with you. Right now, we are living in a time when the winds of uncertainty are blowing harder than ever. So, whether you're running a small family business, a nonprofit, or a thriving business, resilience is no longer optional. It's the lifeline between chaos and continuity. Now, if you're watching this video on a different platform, I request that you go to the blog and read it because I'm not going to read the blog here for you. There'll be a link somewhere down in whatever platform this is on to go to the blog. But the idea is we are stepping into a new reality. Let's be honest. Some people are talking about earthquakes. Some people are talking about cyber attacks, the economic collapse. Others, well, they're worried about the 31 Atlas being some interstellar alien ship that might land next week. Now, I can't speak for the aliens, but what I do know is this: disasters don't wait for your permission to strike. And when they do, your business better be ready to lead, to protect, and to thrive. So, why am I here? What is my big, hairy, audacious goal? My BHAG is to impact the lives of 10 million families by 2030. Now, why do I want to do that? Because when businesses get resilient, families get safer. When you, the leader, prepare your employees, sleep better at night, your customers trust you, your community grows stronger, and you demonstrate community leadership. And the best way I can get there faster is by working with leaders like you, coaches, consultants, heart-centered business owners who are ready to be part of the solution. But there is a wake-up call here. The numbers don't lie. Now, according to FEMA, 60% of small businesses who are impacted by a major disaster never reopen their doors. 91% of corporations expect a natural disaster to happen in their community and to be worse than it was before. And yet, only 37% of United States businesses have fully implemented risk management planning. So, why is that? Why, despite all the evidence, do most businesses treat risk management like an afterthought? Well, looking back in my own personal history, I saw this firsthand in a lot of places. So let me tell you a couple stories here. The MBA reality check. Back when I was earning my MBA, I took a mandatory risk management course. Now, and I'll never forget it because you would think that in an academic setting filled with tomorrow's business leaders, risk management would be a top priority. No, didn't happen. It was considered a check the box elective. One professor even said that most companies only think about the risk after it already happens. And that stuck with me and it lit something inside of me. Most people won't think it'll happen to them until it does. And by then, it's too late to do anything. Lesson number two, my time in the military. I've mentioned before, I'm a retired U.S. Army senior infantry drill sergeant. I've instructed for years in the Army's non-commissioned officers academies. And in all this training, we have mandatory risk management courses and information. When we're training soldiers who deal daily with explosive devices, live fire exercises, dangerous convoys, and yet I saw the same thing. Risk management was treated like a formality. So we drill leadership, tactics, discipline, but for planning for what could go wrong is often overlooked. And yet our lives depended on it. Looking at both of these and now in the civilian business mirror, my work with businesses and community leaders, I still see it again. We spend months planning a launch, marketing campaigns, strategic growth, but ask somebody about disaster or risk management, crickets. Now, the other day at the farmer's market, my information booth, I was approached by an individual who said she has been working for a year on her business emergency action plan. Now, that's good. We know that someone is actually thinking about business risk management. Unfortunately, if she's been working for a year on it, something's wrong. So that's kind of sad. But, here's the truth. Risk management is not about fear, it's about foresight. It's not paranoia, it's preparation. So in today's blog post, I'm going to touch on some of the things that FEMA calls the Organizations Preparing for Emergency Needs Framework, or O.P.E.N. It's simple, it's powerful, and it works. And here's what some of the things cover. Number one, people. Who's in charge when things go sideways? That's right. Number two, operations. Do you have a backup plan to stay in operating? Number three, equipment. Is your gear disaster ready? And networks. Who can you call at 2 a.m. when the grid goes down? Now, this isn't theory. It's what real businesses are using to stay open when the lights go out. The idea is you need to act now before the storm happens. Now, if you're thinking, oh, Daniel, I'll do this next quarter, and something happens between now and then, so tell me, what's your excuse going to be? Here's what you can do. Download the report, Building Business Resilience, Navigating Risk and At-Risk Communities. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's not a check-the-box type of report. It's a report that's going to give you more information that you have to search out. Trust but verify. It'll give you information to confirm what I'm saying is actually a fact. Once you download and get a copy of that report, you'll receive an email, and in that email will be a link to the Crisis Readiness Checklist, which is a checklist that you and your team and your business can use to start looking at and outlining things you need to do to prepare your business to bounce back from an emergency or disaster. Now, keep in mind, these are not all inclusive because I don't know you, I don't know your business. There might be something that's not in there. But the idea is to go, this opens my mind up here. That makes me think about something. And, I could probably put this in there, add that. This works, this doesn't count. It's independent. It's like baking a cake. Everyone likes their own cake. They're all different. They all have the same ingredients, flour, eggs, and milk, basically. And then we start adding more stuff to it to make it different, just like you and your business are. The next thing you can do is schedule a complimentary one-on-one consultation with me, which will give us the opportunity to evaluate where your business stands and where it needs to go. The idea is for you to download those two documents first, go over them and see what is working and what's not working, and then we can discuss what direction you need to move yourself toward. So just keep in mind, resilience is a decision, and it's a leadership decision. If you are deciding that you don't need to prepare for any type of possible emergency or disaster, well, you're not alone. You're just like the vast majority of the businesses who will be going out of business when that emergency or disaster happens. But it's your decision to stay in business or go out of business. Here's the idea. When you prepare, you protect. When you protect your business, you're also protecting your family. You're protecting the employees and the family of those employees, and you become unstoppable. This is your moment. Let's fortify your future starting today. So remember, go down and click the link to download your business resilience report. You'll receive a link to the crisis readiness checklist in one of the emails you will receive, and schedule your free consultation with me. Till next time, please stay informed and stay safe.